Thanks for watching. I'm Margot Kinberg, and this is a special edition of In the Spotlight, a closer look at a crime novel. Every year, the Ngaio Marsh Awards are given to the best in New Zealand crime writing. This year's winners have been announced. So for the next few weeks, we'll be taking a closer look at all of the finalists, beginning today with the winner. Congratulations to Charity Norman on her win for Remember Me. As the story opens, Emily Kirkland returns to New Zealand after years of absence to take care of her father Felix, who has dementia. The family next door, the Paratas, were always the Kirkland's closest friends, and Emily is glad to see Raywin Parata, the local school bus driver, who's been keeping an eye on Felix in Emily's absence. But there's great tragedy in the Paratas' past. 25 years ago, Leah Parata, Raywin's daughter, left for a 3-day trip into the Rauhini Range in New Zealand's Hawke's Bay area. She never returned, and several searches turned up nothing, not even a body. On the one hand, she was an experienced camper and outdoors person and very capable. She'd have known how to take care of herself. On the other, she had no reason, or so everyone thought, to leave on her own. Emily is keenly aware of the tragedy. In fact, she was probably the last person to see Leah alive. For the moment, though, Emily is caught up in making her father comfortable, making sure he has what he needs, and in looking after him as Alzheimer's starts to take its toll. One of his coping strategies has been to leave notes for himself to remind him of what things are, what he's supposed to do, who the people in his life are. One of those notes that he's left gives Emily a hint that there might be a connection between her family and the Parata family that she didn't know about. And this spurs her to find out what really happened to Leah Parata. As Emily talks to people who knew Leah, and as she renews her acquaintance with the town, she slowly uncovers things that she didn't know, and in the end, she discovers what happened to Leah and why, and she's able to also put together some of the pieces of her own history. So, what are the elements in this novel? What keeps it together? Well, one important element in the novel is the South Island Hawke's Bay setting. It's a small town where everyone knows everyone else, and everyone knows former Dr. Felix Kirkland and his family. Norman places the reader in the area, both in terms of physical setting and in terms of the local culture, and the way families can be embedded in it and be part of that area. There's also an exploration of the way dementia impacts not just the person who has it, but also families, friends, and other persons inside the circle. Felix knows very well that he's slipping away, and he grieves for the person he was. So we see that too. In his times of lucidity, we see how he reacts to what's happening to him. Emily too grieves in a different way. She was never very close to her father, and this is an opportunity to get to know him before it's too late. As she sees her father losing himself, she does mourn the father-daughter pair they might have been. At the same time, she finds herself, actually, as she spends time with him. And it's clear he gets to know her again, too, and maybe he knew her better all along than she thought. The story is told from Emily's perspective, first person, past tense, so we get her point of view. That said, though, the timeline is not always chronological. Readers who prefer a strictly linear story will notice this. There are some flashbacks, some are told in the present tense, and other memories, and they all lead to the truth about the town, the families, and Leah Parata. Remember Me explores the meaning of coming home, of how the past and present come together, and of family histories and connections. It features a distinctive New Zealand setting, a look at the subject of Alzheimer's, and a protagonist who's trying to make sense of her own history. This has been In the Spotlight. I'm Margot Kinberg. Thanks for watching.